What's up, guys? Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles. Today I wanted to continue to kind of go over my strategy for 2025, only I want to talk about the cash back side of things. Cashback never seems to be as popular as points and miles earnings, but it really is just as valuable, and for so many of us, it's just more practical. Take my personal example of 2025. Most of my travel plans are already booked, and the family is getting busier and we have to follow the school schedule, so there's essentially less opportunities for us to run around all over the globe. Does that mean I'm going to sit on a surplus of transferable currencies? No way, sir. Not on my watch. You will never see a video from me about how I have 1,000,000+ points. Why, Luke? Don't you earn a lot of points? Yes, I earn tons. I'm very fortunate to have a great player too, a YouTube channel, and a bit of an obsession. So yes, I earn tons and tons of points and miles, but I also redeem a lot. Guys, it takes me between 300,000 and 400,000 points to fly 3 of us overseas in business class. You guys don't think I'm letting my wife sit next to the snake charmer and the dancing bear back in economy, do you? She doesn't deserve that, so I need to plan what to do with all these credit card earnings. Some of my favorite things to do is to earn cash back. See, I treat cash back like a faucet. When it's appropriate, I turn on the faucet just a little and some cash back flows in. Sometimes I turn it all the way on and I focus just on earning that cash back. I've never regretted earning too much cash back. I know a lot of folks say that they earn enough money and the cash back just doesn't give them the same fix as points and miles. Guys, I completely understand that, but there is absolutely no excuse for having more points than time off. I don't sit on the points. I earn, I burn, and when I have a surplus, I turn on the faucet for that travel money. You know, petting the stingrays and hot air balloons and all that silly stuff that people seem to like. Well, that stuff costs money. So does 529 plans and Swiss watches. But I digress. There are times when cashback makes sense, even if you're just going to buy miles. And we'll talk about that strategy towards the end of this video. So if you are new here, I talk about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, and travel. If you're interested in those things, consider becoming a subscriber. We're slowly creeping up to that 20,000 subscriber mark, and I really never thought that would ever happen. Also, if you get any value from this video, and I'm hoping to provide you with some tips, slap that like button for me and the YouTube algorithm. I know it's silly, but it's how they measure certain metrics. And with all that out of the way, let's jump into this. Okay guys, I don't want to rehash everything from the last video as far as all my 2025 plans, so I will link that video in the description. I will go over my overall credit card strategy and my current mission objectives though. In short, I have almost all my travel booked for 2025, and there are some serious good ones there. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I also have a surplus of airline and hotel points for anything that might come up. But I'm very, very low on transferable currencies like Chase points and Citi thank you points. And my general style is normally to focus on that. But I also don't want to earn tons of points and miles when I'm not going to be using them until at least 2026. So that means I need to sprinkle in some cash back cards in 2025, and I believe I have some great ones. As far as cashback, I really only use no annual fee 5% cashback cards. So in this video, I'm going to go over what I'm going to be using in 2025 when it's appropriate to earn cashback instead of miles. After that, I'll tell you what I plan to use that cashback for. Let's start off with everyone's favorite category, dining. And for dining, I apologize if I trigger anyone, but I'm going to be using my Redstone Federal Credit Union Visa that earns 5% cashback on dining up to $7K yearly. I won't come close to that cap, so I'm not even going to monitor it, but this card is a monster. Sorry to say that this no annual fee card is no longer available outside its geofenced location of northern Alabama and western Tennessee. It's one reason why I do risk it for the biscuit, and I don't wait when I want a card. So 5% cashback on dining starts things off. Also guys, if you want more information on cashback credit cards, or really any credit cards, check out my card link in the description below. Using that link definitely supports the channel, and if you have used my link in the past, I would like to personally thank you. For groceries, it seems like some issuers don't like to offer much. There are some options though, and one that I think is likely one of the most underrated credit cards in the entire game right now is the AAA Visa card. This card earns 5% cash back on groceries up to $10,000 yearly. And guys, don't tell anyone, but at least for me, this card includes Walmart. So it's, what do they call it? Super Saiyan? Super Saiyan? I don't know, S tier. No annual fee on this card either. Pretty good start. What about gas? There aren't a ton of great gas cards in the consumer credit card market. But again, we're going to pull out the Redstone Visa, and an alternative would be the Abound Credit Union Visa Platinum card. Both earn 5% cash back. The Redstone does have that $7,000 cap on gas as well. I'll never come close to that, so I kind of just disregard. Again, the Redstone Visa, what a card. Utilities is always a tough category, and for that, I'm going to be using another super underrated card. This one from US Bank called the Cash Plus card. This card earns 5% cash back on 2 categories, up to $2,000 per quarter, and you get to pick the categories. No annual fee on this one either. On a side note, Elon Financial is a subsidiary of US Bank, and they handle the credit cards for smaller local and regional banks and credit unions, and they offer a similar card for those institutions, so it's possible to have multiple cards just like the Cash Plus, and well, I do. Now for the second category on the Cash Plus, I would choose cable, TV, and streaming, which is all one category that earns 5% cash back on that. This card is really underrated for the simple fact that you can auto pay all these things, put in no effort, and just stack cash back. Speaking of the Cash Plus clones from Elon Financial, I have a card from a bank called Park National Bank, and it is the Max Cash Rewards, and it's exactly the same as the Cash Plus. I use it to get 5% cash back on 2 categories. The first is entertainment. I use it for sports tickets and concerts, which can be quite expensive, especially when you're a season ticket holder and you pay that bill monthly. Another category I use this for is recreation, which is kind of like camping and sports stuff, but it includes sporting goods stores like Dick's Sporting Goods. It comes in handy when you have a boy that plays a lot of different sports. No annual fee on this one either. Now, I don't know if I would ever use a cashback card for general travel, but if I ever hit the cashback scene that hard, I would probably use the Navy Federal Flagship Rewards card, which gets me 3% on travel. Card does have a $49 annual fee, but it comes with a yearly Amazon Prime credit. So I think the $49 is pretty good if you are a Prime customer. Speaking of you Prime customers, I use the Chase Prime card for all Amazon purchases. This 5% cashback card does not have an annual fee. It gives me pretty much an easy way to buy just about anything and get 5% cash back. For the non-category purchases, I don't use a cashback card. I don't consider 2% cashback worth it. So for this, I will use my Capital One Venture X on non-category spend. I don't think there will ever come a day where I'm absolutely not traveling at all. So I will always value 2 travel points over 2% cash back. I will also include the Discover It card for 5% cash back on whatever categories it might have, but I really doubt I'll even use it. So what am I going to do with all this cash back? Well, one thing is I will likely purchase some points. Let's look at a 5% cash back card in this way. I want to purchase IHG points and Hilton Honors points when they're on sale. And I can do that for half a penny each. Many folks don't realize that that makes each one of these 5% cashback cards 10 times Hilton Honors or 10 times IHG points cards. Sounds pretty good, right? I also like to purchase Avianca points when they go on a deep sale, and I've even purchased Aeroplan points. My cashback setup is good for those one-off stays at an affordable hotel when you just can't find a deal, or if you need to use some kind of partial credit. My cashback will pay for that really expensive restaurant in Grand Cayman, so I can even order a couple extra fruity drinks. And my cashback will also allow me to check out that boutique property in the travel portals, so I don't have to be handcuffed to a certain hotel chain everywhere I go. Cashback might not be as sexy or do as well on the YouTubes, but you can't argue the value and the versatility of cashback. I would strongly urge anyone that mainly travels domestic economy to take a long and hard look at no annual fee, 5% cash back cards that never go out of style. And as a reminder, if you want more information on cashback credit cards, check out my super cool card link in the description below. And if you stayed all the way to the end, I want to thank you, and I appreciate every single one of you.